Hello, good morning. I have a really fiery, activating live for you guys today because, to be completely honest, that's just the mood that I'm in right now. That is the mood that I'm in. I have been reflecting a lot on the past 6 months, well, the first 6 months of 2023, now that we're halfway through the year, which is freaking crazy. It's wild. And I've been bringing this conversation into my mastermind to my clients there to get them to start reflecting on how their first half of the year has been. Where are they at with their goals? How do they feel? What milestones have they hit? Check in with yourself. Where are you on the track of where you want to be? And what are the shifts and changes that need to take place to really activate you and get you into the zone, to get you to end this year stronger than ever, bigger than ever, better than ever. What do we need to do? Where are we at so we can make changes and accelerate you there? So this has been the conversation in my world pretty much all week because this has been my vibe. And basically the way that I run my business is through my own journey, my own story, my own personal inspiration, and what I go through in my life. I always bring it to my clients. I always bring it to them, to talk to them and share with them about what I'm going through and what my breakthroughs are, what my realizations are, and helping them expand. Oh my God, my hair is driving me nuts. Helping them expand on the concept that I bring to them in their own personal life so they can apply it to their life and get some activation there as well. So with all that being said, that has been my vibe lately, has been very much in the energy of reflection and also checking in with myself and seeing how I'm going. So I've been doing that. And then, of course, because it's me, it's my life, like there's so much going on. There's epic shit being manifested all over the place. 2023 so far has been my biggest and best year ever. And we're only halfway through and it's already been the biggest and best, which 2022 was my biggest and best. And now 2023, first 6 months has already been my biggest and best. So we are on the up and up over here. We're on the up and up. It's kind of wild what's been going on in my world and how much is changing, how much is accelerating, how much growth is happening in my personal life, but also in my business and in my relationship and in everything around me. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of activation. There's a lot of growth. So it's been pretty freaking epic. But the reason why I'm in this vibe right now, the main big reason that has activated me into this charge right now where I'm about to deliver this extreme activating message to you guys is because my man and I just signed a lease on a house here in LA. And we have been in an apartment, and I've only lived in an apartment since I've moved out of home when I was like 18. I've only lived in apartments, and I've been in LA for the past 11 years, and I've only been in apartments here. So the thought of moving into a home, the thought of creating a home, the thought of starting this next chapter of my life with my man and moving into a house and what that means for me and what that represents for me in my life. And to be completely honest, it just felt extremely far away. Like before it happened, when the dream dropped in, Eleanor, what's up? Hi, my love. She was just in my mastermind. Well, she is in my mastermind for the year, for the whole year. She committed to the year. And I just dropped this fiery activating riff in there. And I was like, you guys, I'll be on Instagram. I've got more energy. I've got more things to share. So here I am. So I had this dream to want to move into a house. And to be completely transparent, to be completely honest with you guys, when I would look into what it was going to cost to rent a home in Los Angeles, a part of me was like, that's never going to happen. Like a really big part of me was like, well, may as well just close my laptop because I don't really even know what I'm looking here. I'm not going to go there. I always catch, you are always on my lives. I love it. Thank you for being here. So yeah, I was looking at prices for homes to rent in Los Angeles, and I'm not talking like crappy homes, like that's not my vibe. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it in the way that I want to manifest it. I'm going to get the house that makes me feel like a fucking damn princess. So I want to get the one that makes me feel amazing. I want to get the one that activates me. I want to get the one that inspires me. I'm not just looking to get any home. I don't just want a home I don't want to find the cheapest one that I can afford. Like, no, I want to find the one that is going to be the facilitator and be the expander for this next phase of my existence, for this next phase of my life, and for this next phase of my business. And my environments are extremely, extremely important to facilitating that transformation because I live in it every day. I'm working in it every day. I'm creating in it every day. I'm channeling messages to my private clients and my mastermind in it every day. Like, my environment is very, very important to my well-being, my happiness, and to my business. So it wasn't just looking at any homes, it was looking at homes that made me feel that zing, right? Made me feel alive. And when I was looking at these homes, like when we actually started to look at moving into a house, it was in January. Yeah, it was right around New Year's. We started looking at the potential to rent a home. And I looked and then I stopped looking for like a few months because I was like, I don't know how we're going to do that. Like, that's not possible. Maybe we just look for a nicer apartment. Maybe we just don't go that route. And it wasn't coming, honestly, this is the sneakiest part. It wasn't even coming from a place of like, you can't have that. Like, and I wasn't fully aware that this was subconsciously going on in my mind. It was more just like, this doesn't really make sense for right now. So maybe we should just look this way, right? And this is the sneaky, playing small, limiting beliefs, logic, limiting beliefs and fears disguising themselves as logic coming into my brain and making me play small. And so I actually stopped looking at homes for a minute. And we even talked about moving to Vegas because cheaper homes in Vegas, cheaper places to live in Vegas. And then with the way that the universe worked, of course, my man got a job, has his job here in LA, and he has to be here in person now. So that changed the outlook and that changed the way this situation was going to play out. Now I was like, okay, well, we're in Los Angeles. We're not going anywhere. We're staying here. Do I want to stay in an apartment or do I want to keep looking for this home? I looked at these homes and again, saw the numbers and I was like, shit, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know who I need to become that can do that. Now, here's the key, and this is the main part of this conversation. I decided to remind myself who the fuck I am. And I decided to remind myself I am the creator of my own life. And I started questioning these limiting beliefs. I did not accept them as truth. I realized them, I became aware of them, and that's the first step. You have to become aware of how you feel about your dreams and goals. And what you will find with this is when you become aware of how you feel about your dreams and goals, you're going to realize, are you playing small? Is this actually the goal you want, or is it 3 goals ahead? Is this the goal that you just feel comfy, but is a little bit of a stretch, but it's also still kind of comfy? Or is this the goal that you're like, holy fuck, if I did this, everything would be different. If I did this, my entire life would be elevated. If I did this, who I will become in the process of this is going to blow me away. It's going to raise the standard of my life. It's going to raise the quality of my life. I'm going to become a different elevated version of me. That is the goal that we want to reach. And I noticed myself going down to a goal that's awesome, a goal that's great, a goal that's really cool, and a goal that's good, but it's comfy and a little bit of a stretch. And that's not the way that I like to live my life. And when I realized this, I was like, hold up here. Like, for real. I was like, what the hell? I'm so much better than that. Like, let me do the work around this. Let me do the mindset work. I teach this shit. I know how to do this. Let me apply it to this. Getting a home in Los Angeles, overcoming all the limiting beliefs around how much that's going to cost. How is that going to be possible for me? I'm not the type of person who can have a house. Let them come up. I let them come up and I started to hear them and question them. I was like, is that really true? Is that really true? Is that possible? Is that the ultimate truth here in the planet, that I can't have a home, that I can't make X amount of money to be able to afford a home in LA? And then I was like, no, that's not the truth. What needs to happen now to shift my belief to get me to believe that this is possible? And then I start this process. And this is a process that I navigate my clients through. I work with them on this with their specific goals and dreams, and clearly do the work myself. Long story short, because I could be here all day, but I slayed that limiting belief around the potential and the possibility of me being able to get a house in LA. And live that lifestyle here in LA, I slayed that shit day in, day out. Like, it wasn't just like one moment of a one thought that was like, all right, yes, that's the new thought now and I'm going to do that, because that's not how elevating your life works. It's a conscious, consistent choice to choose it again and again and again and again. Choose it when it's hard, choose it when it's easy, choose it when life's flowing, choose it when you have no idea how you're going to do it, choose it when you're in a good mood. You have to choose it when you're in a bad mood. This is the work, this is the real work, but this is the work that gets insane fucking accelerated results. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want the accelerated, mind-blowing results. So to do that and to give myself that, I have to be willing to do the mindset work around all of the limiting beliefs and raising my energetic standard around the goal on a regular basis. So that's exactly what I did. And I had actually had a DM in my Instagram the other day, and it's someone who's been in my world for a minute, and we were talking about the possibility of working together and her becoming a private client, and we were just kind of going back and forth on that. And then she was like telling me where she's at and where she wants to be. And then she was like, do you ever have hard days like this? And I was like, babe, all the time. I have hard days. I'm no one's immune to the ups and downs of life. That's actually what I responded to her. No one is immune to the ups and downs of life. No matter who you think is living their best, living la vida loca, wherever they're at in their career, wherever they're at in their life, at the level of their life, everyone has ups and downs. Everyone. No one's immune to that shit. But what I do know is that those ups and downs don't define me. What I do know is those ups and downs don't mean anything. What I do know is when I feel those ups and downs, I have a choice. And I'm very, very aware of that. And sometimes it's easier to make the choice that's in alignment to my goals, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I have a pity party for myself. Sometimes I spend the afternoon feeling sorry for myself. But the next day I'm like, no, I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what's possible for me. Why am I sitting in my bullshit? Like, get over it. Get beyond it. I'm bigger than this. I'm better than this. I have incredible things to accomplish. And what I do is I reconnect to my why. I reconnect to my excitement around it. And I start leaning into evidence of either things that I've done in my own life that have been mind-blowing to remind myself that I'm capable of this. Or if I can't find evidence in an aspect that's like big enough for the goal that I'm trying to call in, I'll lean into my mentor. I'll be like, she's done it. My mentor's done it. I'll ask her about it. I'll lean into her for evidence and proof that it's possible. If she can do it, so can I. And I get myself reactivated, re-inspired by my goal and my dream. I remind myself that anything is fucking possible. I remind myself that I get to be the one who chooses it, and I'll choose it again. That morning, right after feeling sorry for myself, the next morning I'll be like, no, this is for me. This is for me. I have no doubt about it. So what do I need to do today to believe in myself, to get me re-inspired, to start making moves that align with that goal? And that's how I live my life. I don't let the bad days, the down days, the bad moods, the times where I'm confused, the times where I don't know what's going on, I don't let them mean anything, and I don't let them have control or power of my life. I know that they're inevitable in my life. I know that having moments like, your life is going to go through phases, and it's all for you. I also know that when there's contrast in your life, when you're in a time in your life where you're like, I don't know what's going on, I'm not super happy, I'm confused, I don't know what my next move is, those times are equally important as the times where you're celebrating everything moving in the direction that you want. Why? Because in those times, the universe, yourself, source, God, trees, whatever you believe in, is showing you that you're ready for more. It's showing you that where you're at right now has, I don't want to say expired, but there's an elevated version of it. And that's what contrast is. When you feel off in your life, it's not a sign to stop. It's not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that there's something new and available for you. Get curious. Lean in. If you still are in love with that path that you're walking, there's an elevated way for you to walk. There's a new way. There's a new way for you to be inspired. There's a new way for you to be activated. And you just lean in, you get curious, and you thank that contrast for showing you that something's not working because there was a better way to do it. And it was right there. And thank you for the contrast for showing you that there's an elevated and accelerated way for you to move towards your goals. So, where was I going with this? This live, every time I talk, my clients joke and say I go on tangents and like as tan my name, gents, which is true. I go on massive tangents, I talk, I get in zones, I go on big riffs, and I get lost in my words. So where am I wanting to go with this? I titled this live, my hair is driving me nuts today. Okay, anyway, I titled this live, Raise Your Standards and the Universe Will Meet You There. The reason why is because you have to become unavailable for anything fucking less. But to do that, you have to realize you're playing small. To do that, you have to realize anything that you want is possible. And you have to get your energy behind it. You have to raise your vibe. You have to do it. And what's important here, your tangents are the best. Thanks, Ellen. I appreciate you. What's important with this aspect is that you raise the standard before there's evidence anywhere else. You have to be the one that decides here and now that what you see in your current reality is not going to dictate what's possible for you in your future. What you see in your bank account is not going to dictate what's possible for you in your future. You have to unplug from what you see. How we do this is we vision. How we do this is we stop staring at our current reality and making choices and decisions based on what we see. We do this by going inside, going back into ourselves, connecting to the dream, connecting to the vision, getting inspired by the vision, getting ourselves into a better feeling state. When we do this, we lift our energy, we raise our vibe, and we start to feel better, which starts to get the creation process flowing. So you will be inspired to make a move. You will be inspired to show up. You'll be inspired to do a live. You'll be inspired to take an action step that is in alignment to your goal. But you have to stop looking at where you're at right now, looking at your current reality and accepting it as the truth, accepting it as this is it. We have 6 months left of the year. Wherever you're at right now in relationship to your goals, however the first half of your year has been, means nothing to how it's going to end. It does not dictate anything. You get to decide at any point in time, whether it's halfway through the year, January 1st or December 31st, you get to decide. Everything gets to change. You get to decide you are unavailable for anything less than what you want and what you deserve. You have to be the one that moves the needle first. This is why I titled this live, Raise Your Standards and the Universe Will Meet You There. You go first and the universe responds. You have to be the one that decides what you see doesn't matter. What you see is real right now. It's temporary. What you see has been created from what your thoughts and beliefs and your energy has been thinking, feeling, being up until this point. And thoughts, beliefs, and energy and actions are in your power. They're in your control to change. Preach, Jenny. Jen, love you so much. We miss you in the mastermind. We miss you. So, we're halfway through the year. There is 6 months left. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Where are you at? Check in with yourself. Do a little self-audit. Check in with how the first half of the year has been. Check in with how your thoughts have been. Check in with how your thoughts have been supporting you or tearing you down. It happens. Maybe it's a little bit of a 50-50. But do the work. Do the mindset work. Don't just think like, I can skip that and hope things are going to get better. Like, this is where it starts. This is where it starts. And that whole tangent was basically explaining that this is where it starts. It begins with you. It begins with the decision. It begins with the raising of your standard and becoming unavailable for anything less. You guys, I need to share another story. I don't know how long this live is going to be, but bear with me. I'm on one today. And this is why. Yesterday, I had a mastermind call with my mentor and my amazing, incredible peers in the mentor group, in the mastermind that I'm in, that I've invested in. I'm in a year-long mastermind with my mentor, and I invest in year-long mentorship for the exact reason that I'm about to tell you. I've been in this mastermind since December last year, so I'm halfway through, basically. And regular Tuesday, we're checking in we're doing our calls, and it comes to my turn, and I share like everything that's going on with the move. I share like the stretchiness that I'm feeling around the move, because your next level is not comfortable. Like me moving into this house, like yes, everything's fine. Yes, I'm making sure I'm being a smart businesswoman around my finances with moving into this place, but it's also a stretch. It's also a next level. Like it's also not comfortable. But I know, and I live my life like this, I don't make moves that are like super cozy and comfortable, because there's no growth in that. I don't do anything like that. I know that to reach that next level is going to require me to stretch to get there. Otherwise, I'd already be there. If I was just doing it from a comfy place, I'd already be there. So I know this so well. I've done this multiple times. I did this with all my investments. They've all felt stretchy and scary. None of them felt comfortable. I did this when I got my Mercedes. That felt fucking scary as hell. And now I don't even notice that payment come out of my account, literally. And if I thought about that payment, I'd be like, oh my God, that's so cheap. Like my lease has been up on my Mercedes for 2 years, and I have one more year, and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm going to double that. Like what can I get for double that price? I've been playing with that. I've been playing in that energy, but it felt stretchy at the time. Signing that lease for 3 years was fucking scary, but it also was a declaration to my next level self. Moving into this apartment was upping my rent by $1,000, felt scary. Now I'm moving into a home, which is upping our rent by a lot and adding a lot more expenses. And it's scary, it's stretchy, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. And there's a lot of costs that come with moving, right? You have to put the security deposit down. We're moving into a home that has a lot more rooms than where we have now and a lot more space. We need to buy more furniture. We need to furnish a house. Like, there's a lot that comes along with this. That's expenses. And I was basically just saying to her, like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the tightness in my body, but I'm also like, no, I know, like, that's not true. I know that that's not real. That's not true. So I've been actively like working through that energy in my own time by myself in my journal. Like, I feel tight around this. This feels scary. This feels overwhelming. Have I made a mistake? Like, all these thoughts still come through my mind, but I'm like, no, absolutely not. What is the new truth that I'm going to tell about this? What is the new belief that I want to feel about this? How can I get myself to believe this? How can I get my energy on board? How can I feel excited about this? How can I open up to receive triple this amount of money that I'm spending today? This is the work that I do on a regular basis. Slay that shit. But I was sharing with her that I realized I was playing kind of small in my monthly goals for my revenue, for my business. I was like, they're great. Like, my monthly goals for my monthly revenue is awesome. It's the best it's ever been in my life. Like, there's nothing wrong with the amount of money that I'm making each month. But I was like, I'm available for so much more than that. Why am I accepting that? Why am I okay with that? Why am I okay with just being like, woo, yay? Like, no, I'm available for so much more. And then I literally said to her on the phone, I was like, on our call, I was like, you guys, like, I'm unavailable to accept this as my standard. Like, I'm unavailable. Like, how the hell did I get here? Like, why am I just okay with that? I'm unavailable for that. It's amazing. I feel grateful for it. I'm so proud of myself for being there, but it's been at this phase for the past few months, and I love it and I'm grateful, but I'm available for more. And I'm not actively open and channeling more because I'm just accepting this is my standard. And I was sharing this literally on the live. I was like that. I was like banging my hands. I was like, you guys, I'm unavailable for it. I'm unavailable. And my mentor was literally sitting there like this. She's like, I have so much for you. She was like rubbing her hands. She's like, yeah, all right, here we go. And she like fucking spit some fire at me. And it just blew my brain away. Like, the things that she said that activated me, that moved me into my next phase, and that validated everything that I was just feeling. Not only did she validate everything that I was feeling of like, yeah, you should be unavailable for that. Why are you settling? Why are you settling? Even at every level, when we have achieved our goals, when we have achieved the next level of success that we've been striving for, we can still catch ourselves settling. We can still catch ourselves playing small. This is why this self-development work doesn't end. Self-development is an ongoing journey. You are in this for the long haul, peeps. Like, and I mean, in saying that, if you get to a certain level of success and you're so happy and it makes you feel so good and you want to chill out there for the next 10 years, then you totally can. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. But I'm a big dreamer and high achiever, and I have big goals. They're not going anywhere. My goals actually just keep getting bigger and bigger, and I'm up for the challenge, you guys. Like, I see my big goals and I'm like, oh, that's big. But I'm up for it. And guess what? Every single big goal I've had up until this point has been fucking achieved. So why not? Why not? I wanted a Mercedes that felt fucking impossible for me forever. And I got one. And it's been 2 years. And now I'm thinking about what I'm going to get for my next car. I've been dreaming about a house. and I'm moving in one in 2 weeks. Like, that felt impossible for me just a few months ago. Like, I don't need to accept that. I don't need to accept the belief around it being impossible. I raise my energy. I get behind it. I believe it's possible, and I do the damn things to get myself in the inspired state to be like, it's mine. It's mine. I got this shit. I got it. So the big goals and big dreams don't scare me. However, I do have to catch myself and check in with myself to be like, where am I at with that goal I set? Where am I at? Am I accepting a standard that is less than what I set for myself? And if so, change it, tweak it, shift my energy around it. So yesterday's call was freaking mind-blowing, and this was also just a regular Tuesday because I have calls with her every Tuesday. So every Tuesday I finish my calls pretty much like jazzed up and like, plugged into life. But yesterday was extra special because of everything that's kind of going on in my life right now and how the conversation played into the next phase of my life, like moving into a home, the vision that I have for myself in that home, the dreams that I have for myself in that home, who I'm going to become in that home, what Elevate 88 is going to become in that home when there's a full room dedicated to me and my office and my business, like how much fun I'm going to have creating in that home. Like, there's a lot of fun things going on right now. So the conversation was extra special with her because of where I'm at in my life and the activation needed from her that is going to propel me to where I want to be in this next phase of my life. Wow, you guys, I was just like, if you're with me, if you're hearing this, if you needed this, if this is landing, if this is like what you needed for your Wednesday morning, then comment below, like share with me if this is activating you. Share with me if you're feeling re-inspired by the year, re-inspired by yourself, by the possibilities of what's available for you, and you're ready to fucking make moves. You're ready to not accept your low standard, your current standard as it. We're going to raise the damn standard. We're going to end the year stronger, bigger, and better than ever. That's how I'm ending the year. That's how I'm ending the year. And that's how my clients are going to end the year because I'm not going to let them end it in any other way. But if you're watching this, I want you to agree. I want you to group in. I want us to grid in right now and to agree that no matter how the year has been, it does not dictate how the year is going to end. And you get to decide right here and right now that you're available for more, you're ready for more, and you're going to do the damn things to give yourself the life you deserve. So on that note, with 6 months left of the year, I have never actually offered a 6-month offer, but I'm doing it now because it feels right. I want to call in the dreamers and high achievers. I want to call in someone who just knows, like, you're ready for more. You're freaking done playing small. You're ready to activate and dial that energy up 1,000 notches and start calling in the life you deserve. And you also know that you're ready to have someone in your corner to walk with you and to support you while you elevate in every aspect of your life. And I'm calling in you. I'm calling in you. I want you to walk with me through the end of the year. 6-month mentorship. We have 2 options here. You can do one-on-one private mentorship with me for 6 months where it's just me and you and your biggest dreams and goals. And we slay every single limiting belief that comes up around what you think is possible for you, and we slay it and we rise above it. We slay it, we rise above it, and we bring in even more. We slay it, rise above it, and go even bigger. And that's my goal for you and I during the last 6 months of the year. So 6 months private mentorship, one-on-one, you and me doing life together for the rest of 2023. Or you have the option to join my Elevate Mastermind, which is where you have a community of women who are doing the same thing. You have support there, not only from me, but you have the group there with you, going through things, asking me questions. And masterminds are one of my favorite places to learn because of hearing the other women ask my mentor questions and hearing the answer. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I needed to hear that. Like, I didn't even know that was a question. I didn't even know that was like a limiting belief of mine as well. So thank you for asking that because I needed that as well. So tribe learning is so powerful. And in fact, I just spoke to my mastermind or text them yesterday in our Voxer chat. And we're currently in Turn Your Passion to Your Paycheck right now, which is my program I'm running all about creating your own business, creating a personal brand and making your own money, basically building your dream life and building a business to support it. And they're currently in that program right now, which has been fucking epic, and the waitlist will be opening for round 2 soon if you are interested in that. But I was like, so once we finish Turn Your Passion to Your Paycheck, you guys, like, let's focus on money. Let's focus on wealth consciousness. Who's down? Let's like raise the vibe around money and finances in our mastermind and make that our focus of the mastermind. So that's going to be the vibe of the Elevate Mastermind for definitely July and August. So 6 months, you guys. We have 6 months left of 2023. Who do you want to be? How do you want it to look? What do you want to achieve? And where do you want to be standing on New Year's Eve and looking back? And what's the story you want to be telling? Do you want to say I went all in? Do you want to say I did the freaking best? Do you want to end 2023 looking back being like, I'm blown away at what I've accomplished, who I've become, and the milestones I've hit along the way? If that's you, DM me and we can talk about which offer is best for you, if it's one-on-one or if it's the Elevate Mastermind. They're also at different price points. And there's also payment plans, of course, as always. So I think that is all I wanted to freaking jam into this live. But even if you don't want to join one-on-one or the mastermind, I really hope this live was activating for you and inspiring for you and makes you feel like you're ready to conquer the world. And if you are ready to join one-on-one or the mastermind, slide in my DMs. Let's chat. Let's get you in there. Let's end the year walking together and make these last 6 months the best of your life. All right. I love you guys. Bye.